Well, even being picked preseason to win was an unknown because that was our first year in the Atlantic 10. So I'm not sure anybody really knew what was coming. And then we won the first 10 games of the season, all non-conference games. So by the time we got to A10 play, we were rolling pretty good. And we rolled right through the Atlantic 10. We were 22-2. They split in divisions that year, so we won the West. And then the postseason tournament, after winning the first 2 games, the Atlantic 10 had a format of playing a best of 3 with the 2 remaining teams. And that was one of my vivid memories of that season because we played that 3-game series here at Pitt Field against George Washington, who we had just beaten in the Atlantic 10 tournament already. And one of my vivid memories of that season is this place absolutely full of people. I mean, it was ringing with people in the bleachers, hanging on the fences down the first and third base lines. They were probably 5 deep in the parking lot behind the right center field fence. I mean, it was an amazing scene here at Pitt Field for those 3 games, all 3 of them. And ironically, George Washington won that series and did win the Atlantic 10 championship, but we knew because of our record and how good we were that we were going to the NCAA tournament as well. So the tournament at Winston-Salem, the key game there was the second game. So we had beaten Navy in the first game. We threw Mike McGurr, who was a really good pitcher, but our number 2, Tim Stauffer, was our number 1, and we saved him for game 2, which we figured was going to be Wake Forest, and it was. The problem with game 2 was rain. He pitched 4 innings, and then we had about a 2-hour rain delay, and Coach Atkins actually brought him back after the 2-hour rain delay, and he pitched 3 more innings in that game. The most vivid memory of that game against Wake Forest was the way it ended. We had a 1-run lead in the 9th. They had a runner on second with 1 out. There was a fly ball to center that Brian Pritz, tremendous center fielder, caught and threw to David Reaver, our third baseman. The runner on second, for some reason, was trying to tag up to go from second to third, even now with 2 outs in the inning. And Brian Pritz threw a seed to third base and tagged him out. And that's the way that game ended, on a double play on a fly ball to center field. And it put us in the driver's seat. It put us up 2-0, and it meant somebody was going to have to beat us twice to win the Winston-Salem Regional. Turned out Wake Forest was going to be that opponent, and they weren't able to beat us twice. It was one of the most memorable and surreal moments of my broadcast career, any sport, because there we were in the second game of the Super Regional against a powerhouse in Nebraska. The place is full, 8,500 Nebraska fans. They're all wearing red. And Vito Chiaravolati hits a grand slam walk-off homer because we were technically the home team in game 2. They flip-flopped it after Nebraska was the home team in game 1. So we're the home team, and Vito Chiaravolati hits a walk-off grand slam. And other than that small, boisterous pocket of Richmond family and friends by our dugout, the place was deafeningly silent. And to use the proverbial parting of the Red Sea, as soon as Vito hit that ball over the fence, it was the parting of the Red Sea. 8,000 Nebraska fans all wearing red, whoosh, just out of the stadium. It had taken the air out of them. It was the most amazing walk-off call I've ever had because there was virtually no cheering. Other than me screaming my head off and that small pocket of Richmond fans, it was deafeningly silent in that ballpark.
Wilson, Reaver, Craig, the base runners. 2-2 on Chiaravolati. The pitch. Fly ball deep left center field. The ball game is over. It is a grand slammer. Vito Chiaravolati with a grand slam wins the game for the Spiders 6-2 and sends us to a deciding third game in this NCAA Super Regional. Vito Chiaravolati's 23rd home run of the season in dramatic fashion as his teammates jump all over him at home plate.
That was their favorite time of year. There were no classes to worry about, no tests, no papers due. They were just baseball players, and they were really good baseball players. So I think they thrived on that atmosphere and environment from, graduation in early May to the middle of June when this team kept playing. I think they absolutely loved that. I thought it was a great time. The community rallied behind the team. As I said, the A-10 tournament was just packed with people here at Pitt Field, and the community really did rally around them. I mean, this is a team that eventually won 53 games. There was a lot to rally around that year.